So look, before we begin today, like a friend of mine, just a good person that comes to my streams a lot and basically started following me around New Year's Eve and all that stuff. Miss Texan, she posted a couple days ago that it's her birthday, and she was just like, "Listen, if you wear red, it could be like a quiet shout out for my birthday, just something special for my birthday." And I go the exact opposite, right? I got blue all over the place. But I didn't want it to be a quiet shout out. That's why. So you want red, and we're going to go red.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru. And today I kind of want to do just a message. A simple message to Reggie Fils-Aime. And for those that don't know, for those that have kind of been living in a remote place, today is Reggie's final day with Nintendo. He is retiring from everything, pretty much. And I just wanted to kind of jump in real quick before we get crazy. And I wanted to talk about like why or what Reggie did coming in. So he was introduced to us at the 2004 E3 presentation. It's the first time we got a taste of Reggie. He come right out the gates, very brash, very bold, in our faces. And it was different. It was a different type of Nintendo. Not many people expected the new president of Nintendo of America to kind of be that blunt, per se. And it kind of started this whole moment for him where like, hey, we're going to jump into this, and this is just the way it's going to be from here on out. This is the way Reggie's going to be. This is how he's going to be. Bold, brash, in your face. And as a gamer at the time, like, I loved it. You know what I mean? So, pretty much 6 months to a year prior to Reggie coming on board, because he was officially hired in 2003, Satoru Iwata was hired. And he had taken over for the exiting president who had been there for many, many years. And up until that point, Nintendo was a family-based company. And what I mean by that is the only way you could be president was to be a family member. Iwata was the first president of Nintendo that was not a Yamaguchi.
And I don't even know if I said that name right, but whatever.
So when Reggie and Iwata come in, it's 2002, 2003, and things are not on the uptick. The Wii and the DS get launched, and things just explode and take off for the two presidents. And things are just tremendous. Business is tremendous. Then they launch in 2011, 2012, the 3DS and the Wii U, and both struggle out the gates. Reggie was very calm and collected during that time. But Reggie was notorious, I feel, for, even during the bad times, just keeping the ship steady. Just trying to tell people, like, everything will right itself. We just got to get games. Once the games hit, things will be fine. 3DS totally turned around. 3DS turned around, took off. It was a huge price slash, obviously, that helped garner that. But also the games came. And when the games came, Nintendo seen the ship just turn. Didn't happen for the Wii U, unfortunately and sadly. And then if you can remember back to the end of the Wii U into the launch of the NX at the time, people were very down on Nintendo. And every time you saw Reggie, he knew what the mission was. He knew what they needed to do to get Nintendo back on top, and he never lost sight of that. He always talked highly and confidently that they would get it back. And sure enough, they did. They got things swinging in the right direction with the Switch, and things took off. That's all business side. And what I want to do is, real quickly, I want to just say a couple things to Reggie. Not that you'll ever see this. I could only pray that you would see this, but I don't think you'll ever see this video, and that's fine. That's no big deal. But I would like to say a couple things that I feel. And my thing is for me personally, today is kind of a sad day. Or it started out to be a sad day. Essentially, my feeling was always like, Reggie always seemed to fight for the fans. Reggie always seemed to do what he thought was best for us first, but always worried about the business as well, and was always worried about Nintendo's business. But it was like he was a true fan of the product that Nintendo was putting out. He believed in the product that Nintendo was putting out. And to me, that's what you need as a figurehead, as a leader. You need someone that believes so in depth, so strongly in what the business is and what is going to happen and where the direction goes for things and what they're going to put out and the product they're going to put out is going to be a particular way. I love that about Reggie. I felt that Reggie truly cared about us. And there was times where he made, he sent out messages that were obviously coming from Japan. And, he towed the corporate line and he did what Japan asked of him, but at the same time, he still cared enough about us. And there was franchises within Nintendo that he always cared about. And I feel like there was times he would always wear these pins on his lapel of his jacket. And some fans would be like, oh, he's trolling. And I don't believe that. I feel like that was a way for Reggie to tell us, I'm with you guys. I love these franchises too, and I want to see these franchises. And even though I'm not on social media, even though I'm not a part of Twitter, I still see what you guys are clamoring for. I still see what you guys want, and I love you, and I'm with you. And that's the way I've always felt. The one game that I know that Reggie was asked about a million times, it's a game that I want. It's a game that's near and dear to me, and that's Mother 3. And there was numerous times, especially when the Switch launched, that people were asking him about Mother 3, and to the point where he was just like, we hear you. We get it. We understand. We hear you. There's bigger fish to fry, and there's bigger things at work behind the scenes of why that game doesn't ever see the light of day in the United States. And it is what it is. But it always kind of bothered me that Reggie never got that opportunity to go like,
here it is, guys. Now, would you please just shut up? Like, here you go. Leave me alone, man.
It would be fantastic if at E3, they let Reggie just come back and go, oh, by the way, we are bringing Mother 3. You're welcome. See ya. Now I'm going officially. But today, as sad as I was, because when he announced a couple months ago that he was leaving, I think it rocked the Nintendo community. There was many Nintendo fans, myself included, that were very like, what do we do here? Like, this is the guy, at least in the United States, that like led us and we could all look to during some huge successes for Nintendo as the person. And him leaving, I think, really hurt a lot of people. Not hurt them in a way like a malicious way, but just hurt them because they didn't want to see him go. Myself included. I don't want to see Reggie leave. I'm old enough that I've seen numerous presidents go through, and my biggest upset, my biggest fear was we will never hear from Reggie again. Like, Reggie is done, and this is it. And it bothered me because when I was a kid, there was a couple of presidents, Howard Lincoln, Howard Phillips. Especially Howard Phillips was always in Nintendo Power. With him and Nestor, they were a comic strip duo, essentially, and that was his way of talking to us, was in these comic strips. It was so amazing back when I was a kid, but when he left, and that was it. And he wasn't really necessarily like a true president in the terms of like what Reggie did. And then Howard Lincoln, when he left, though, he went to the Seattle Mariners, and we still got to hear from Howard Lincoln on occasions. But he wasn't also as in touch with us as Reggie was. Reggie was that special president that, like, you look at Xbox, and Xbox points at Phil Spencer, and they look at him and they go like, this is our guy. This is the guy we love. He's one of us. And that's how Nintendo fans felt with Reggie. And that's why this is disheartening to see him leave. But today we got that glimmer of hope. That me as a Nintendo fan that has been dreading for the last 2 months of Reggie leaving, today I got that glimmer of hope that he's not going from us for good. Because today Reggie started a Twitter. And I am so happy to see that Reggie is there. That I followed him immediately the minute I saw it popped up. So hopefully we'll get some contact from time to time. Maybe he'll do a video or he'll show some pictures of some stuff. Maybe he'll just use it on a personal level. But maybe it'll just be a way for him to say hello to us from time to time. But I want to say this before I shut this down. From my heart, I love you, Reggie. And as sad as I am to see you leave, it's a selfish sadness. It's because you have been the comfort zone, the safe space for us Nintendo fans for many years. And that's not taking anything from Doug Bowser. That's not taking anything from Furukawa. That's not taking anything from anybody. But Reggie has been our safe space for many years as Nintendo fans. That when times were tough, when times were bad, Reggie was always our rock. Reggie was always there for us. And I just want to say that from a selfish sadness part, that you mean the world to me, as much as you mean in the world to many fans. I'm sad to see you go, but I'm so happy that you're leaving on your own terms, that things are right in the world of Nintendo. You got them back from the Wii U era. You got us right back to where it needed to be. And I love you for that. And as a Nintendo fan, you're the heart, man. You're the heart, and we love you to death. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's Nintendo Guru Daily. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Follow me, Instagram, Twitter, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.